Take raw rice. So in a cup, you can take 3/4, half of rice and half of dal, or 3/4 of rice and quarter of dal. This is the moong dal. So I'll take both of them in a single cup because I want to take that cup as a measurement. So now both of them together make a single cup. I'll put it in the vessel. Just rinse it. This is the rice and dal ready. Now I am going to add salt to this. The hot water is getting ready in the kettle. For 1 cup of rice and dal, 2 and 3/4 of water. This water is enough. Pour 2 cups of water under there. Same pressure cooker. Now I am closing the pressure cooker, switching on induction stove. Wait. Until then I leave it like that. I'll wait for the steam to come out. And after the weight is put on, it's going to give me a whistle, and once the first whistle comes, I'll put it on the timer usually because it keeps whistling. Now I leave it to the default temperature or wattage or whatever, however your stove does it. I'll leave it. Once the steam pops up from the valve, then only I put the... I'm checking if the steam is coming out. Yes, steam comes out. After some time, when it gets cooked, it will give you the whistle. Once the first whistle comes, usually people count it for the count of whistles. But I don't let it do it like that. I wait for the first whistle, then I put it on the timer. This is for efficiency and to avoid spillage inside the pressure cooker too. Timer is, you can usually in an induction stove, you can adjust the wattage by making it, increasing it or lowering it like that. You can set it to any wattage, and you can set the timer also. Set the timer 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like that. You can set the timer also. Now I am leaving everything to the default. I didn't set the timer. I didn't change the wattage or anything. Once the whistle comes, I set it to 350 wattage, 10 minutes. All these are meant for pongal. We'll have to fry them all in ghee and add it. This is cashew. I've broken them into small pieces. Cashew is up to you, how much ever you want. I've taken approximately 10 cashews, 10 whole cashews, and made it into pieces. And then curry leaves, washed and broken into pieces. Then jeera. This is ginger with skin peeled and then chopped into fine pieces. All these are ingredients. Then this is a whole pepper. You got to add the pepper powder only because this is a mill, pepper mill. I kept it like this. So I am going to add the pepper powder. You'll have to fry them all in ghee and then add it to pongal. I'll show you when I am frying it. This is the ghee, which is clarified butter. I am going to use this for fried. So this is 350 and 11 minutes left. Time is over. It's all cooked as per calculation. I will have to wait for the steam to get released so that in this cooker, this valve will sit down. When it gets cooled, this valve will sit down so that all the pressure will be released. Then only the pressure cooker is ready to be opened. Pressure is really getting released. Yeah. So now this is ready to open. Now I'll take this weight off first and then open it. See everything cooked inside. This is for the porichu pongal, and under there, this is ready for the pongal. Now we'll have to do the seasoning for pongal. Some people use whole pepper, whole black pepper, but I use pepper powder. I grind the pepper directly into pongal so that it never gets picked up in the pongal, and it adds to the taste also. Yeah. Switching on the stove, add little bit of ghee, add the finely chopped ginger first, get fried really well. Has to get cooked really well. It has to get really fried, and then add the cashews, curry leaves, jeera, all into the ghee. All of them getting fried. Cashews fully fried. Then pour it on top of. Now the pongal is ready. You can add more ghee. It's all up to you. It depends on the taste. To mix it well, I'm using a bigger, longer spoon and then mixing it well. Now the pongal is ready for eating. This is the pongal that we made. This goes with the chutney. Yummy.